What's good, my people? What's good? Let's talk. What's really going on out here in this world is what we need to be talking about, guys. A lot of celebrity drama that's kind of taking over the media to distract us what's going on the other side of the world. Nicki Minaj and Lotto, Kodak Black, Lotto recently, uh, Migos, um, the baby, a lot of stuff going on. What's up? What's up? The thing is, what are they trying to? What is their reason for this? Because there's so much tension going on in the world right now. What's good, bro? With all this tension going on in the world, they're trying to keep people distracted from all these close military calls across seas. Also, how Russia has been draining missiles on the capital of Ukraine, hitting civilian targets. How North Korea was flying jets, I believe, close to the South Korean border or something along that line, where South Koreans had to scramble to their fighter jets. Finland captured two Russian suspects at their border with drones. We are seeing right now a lot of tension that's going to lead up into World War III. But the media is not pushing that. They're covering this stuff up with stuff like Nicki Minaj and Lotto arguing over why their song got moved to this category and this song got moved to that category. Uh, Quavo talking about who Sweetie slept with that's close to him or whatever. The media has distracted us from the tension that's going on around the world because they don't want us to know that we're on the verge and on the brink of World War III. Why are we getting closer and closer to World War III? Well, there's a small group of people, guys, very small group of people. Tucson, Arizona. Terrell, I was born in Tucson, Arizona, man. I was only there from like a few months after I was born. I was born there, and then we moved like 3 or 4 months afterwards. So I know anything. I don't know anything about Tucson, Arizona. What's up, Taiwan, man? But yeah, a lot of these distractions have been going on because there's a group of people that are going to make a lot of money off of this right now. Guys, pay attention to the people in the energy industry and those who are invested big time into these companies that create all this technology for weapons and built for war. They want to pocket some more money. So what these guys do that are empower these guys that empower these companies to sell weapons across seas, and they sell technology across seas and a lot of this stuff. These guys are pumping money into these politicians, pumping money into these politicians to do things to provoke wars in other countries so that they can profit off those countries buying weapons. So let's say I'm the president of, we'll say, the gun store. We're just gonna call it the gun store, and I'm selling weapons to, let's say, Ukraine, Venezuela, Brazil, France, Germany, and the weapon sales die down because nobody's going to war right now. Nobody's going to war right now. So what they do is, in order, they can't start wars themselves because they just don't have the power to in that field, to declare war on the country because they're not into politics. So what they do is they go to these politicians and they bribe them with campaign money, money to go in their pocket. You got to think these guys are millionaires, and these politicians are trying. They're making millions off of being corrupt. So they're pumping money into them. Hey, we need you to provoke war in this country. going to CIA agents and all this, like to get things started so that these people can start purchasing weapons from their company. So they're gonna go to Roberto's gun store and start back purchasing weapons and technology again. And when they do this, this not only helps those politicians get more money, it helps the people that are giving them more money get even more money. On top of that, because they're United States companies, it helps the economy. So these wars are a lot of time provoked years in advance. These are planned wars. North Korea being hostile towards South Korea has been a thing for a long time, but now South Korea, with the backing of the United States, is doing a lot of false flags so that they can get an opportunity to start buying more weapons. Buying more weapons. You know what? South Korea may not even have a clue that the United States is really actually the one sabotaging it, making it look like North Korea is doing a lot of things they aren't doing. But they don't tell us the other side, guys. They keep us distracted with relationship news between celebrities, like stuff that's unimportant to the world. They don't want to tell you that we're on the brink of another world war and people are right now dying. They're dying left and right. And no one bats an eye because they don't know. I met Rudolph Hess in Berlin, Germany in 1980. I was in the U.S. Army. Ah, okay, okay. What's up, Jackie? Sure, he knew a lot of things and would tell us we were only his guard duty. Oh, have you sold out to the devil, Roberto? No, definitely. Oh, no. Y'all know Roberto's one person that's never going to sell out, guys. That's never going to happen. Get tapped in. So, but, guys, this is what's happening right before our eyes, guys. Because you got to think the tech industry, they need reasons to push certain narratives. And you're going to see even more um, Iran aggression towards Saudi Arabia. A lot of these are going to be false flags. The United States staging as Iranians doing false flag, uh, bombing ships or anything that can cause Saudi Arabia to need the U.S. to defend them because they don't want to pump up their oil production. So it's kind of pissed the United States government off. So these elite people are pumping things into their head because when Saudi Arabia does get to the point where they need weapons, they need the United States to protect them, they're going to start pumping more money into buying weapons. And on top of that, they will be forcing the Saudis to produce more oil for oil production, not only because of the United States, but because they're in war. And when you're in war, you need a lot of oil to keep your machines and stuff moving. Tanks got to drive, your planes got to fly. Almost everything requires that oil that they just so happen not to want to produce more for the United States. Being the United States is bullies of the world, they probably would start pulling military personnel out of Saudi Arabia. Trump wanted to do that. Trump wanted to do that. We're protecting all these countries, he said, and we're not getting nothing out of it. And I'm not a big fan of no politician. But a lot of things have just gone, I don't know, man. It's gone through one ear and out the other because people have been brainwashed by the media. They give us symbols and signs and a lot of stuff you see on social media to have control over us. They're not just having control over us, but they're doing things and putting messages and things they know our brain will take as a mind control method, and we won't have control over ourselves for a slight moment. It's real crazy out here, guys. Really, really crazy. What's going to happen eventually? Well, we're going to see these powerful group of people. Like I said, man, there are people from each section of the like industry, whether it's oil, retail, food, technology, whatever it is, somebody from each side of the industry representing a small portion of this elite group. Each industry has its own person that's representing them inside of these elitist groups, and that's how things work out for the better for them. And you gotta think politicians are powerful with controlling laws and loopholes and making things happen. They don't have the money though. And then these big rich executives are the ones pumping the money into their pocket, pumping money, making these guys filthy rich. Guys are going into the government with a 200 or $150,000 salary, $200,000 salary, and they're coming out millionaires because they are beating the system. They are using their position to have control. They want complete control. They can make power moves. It is getting crazy, guys. It is getting crazy. Nobody wants to like people really think you're crazy when you're exposing this stuff though. That's the crazy part. Like people don't want to listen. If they paid attention and realized what our government was doing to us and how these rich, powerful executives have so much control and they know how to keep their industry afloat, we wouldn't be in this mess. The biggest American orange dealers sell weapons to terrorists. They sell weapons to terrorists. And guess what? And since the United States considers a war on terror to be a thing that's still going on, that forces these people, these other countries that are aligned with the United States, to continue buying money for them because they're always fighting for something or fighting against something. They're always fighting against something because the United States has this permanent war on terror that we know they're never going to get rid of all the terrorists around the world, but the biggest terrorist around the world in the world is the United States itself. We go to countries, we invade countries, we occupy these countries, overthrow their government. You gotta think about it, guys. We made an excuse. We went into Afghanistan, not because the Afghanistan government did anything to us, but because they were supposedly hiding out Osama bin Laden in Afghanistan, and the government would not give him up. So we go to their country, take over their country, remove their government, don't even catch the guy we come there for. Don't even catch him. He goes to Pakistan. But where was his energy with Pakistan? Why didn't we do the same thing in Pakistan when we found out that Bin Laden was there? Is it because their government aligns and kind of does whatever we want them to do? Why? It's a question we should be asking ourselves. Pakistan literally did the same thing that they said Afghanistan was doing, but instead of doing just doing a secret operation mission where they went in and killed Bin Laden in Afghanistan, they actually went in there, occupied this country for 20 years, overthrew the government, put in a puppet government, started changing laws to more of a Western society. Now some things may have been for the better, but think about if somebody came to the United States and did that. I know it would never happen because of the military might here, but imagine somebody coming here because they said our government was hiding out Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, and they came in looking for those two, took over our government, put in a puppet government, and never did anything to the guy. Didn't catch the guy. He goes over to Canada, but they don't do that to Canada. They just do a secret mission where they go in and kill him. Make it make sense, guys. Iraq. Saddam Hussein was trying to come up with his own currency. Saddam Hussein was trying to come up with his own currency to not be dependent on the dollar anymore. Guess what happened? We went into Iraq to get their president because the truth, they would never tell us the truth. They said weapons of mass destruction. There was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. None. None at all. Iraq was a regular society. Yes, they had a tyrant as a leader, but I'm pretty sure they would take him any day over what's going on in Iraq now. The place breeds terrorists. Went in there, captured the president of their country. The president, not the senator, the president of their country. Brought him back to our country to put him on trial. Don't tell us the truth of why we put him on trial for weapons of mass destruction and killing people, civilians. Pretty much what our leaders do, but they try to do it with their hands behind their back, throwing a rock and putting their hands behind their back. This is just, it baffles me. It baffles me. So we hang the president of Iraq. Now Iraq's breeding out terrorists left and right. Terrorists were terrified of Saddam Hussein. Terrified. He would kill him. I think there's a video of Trump talking about how Saddam used to be killing terrorists. Never would find terrorists in Iraq. He would kill them all. Now it's a nesting ground for them. They're everywhere in there. Everywhere. So makes you wonder, how has all this stuff gone unnoticed and thrown under the rug when it's the United States and their goal to make money off of these countries? They didn't want to tell people that it was really because Saddam Hussein was trying to leave away from the American dollar. Oh, we're not done there. Omar Gaddafi said the same thing. He wanted to create one African currency. Don't rely on the dollar anymore. What happens next is amazing. NATO, the UN, they all decide to fund rebel groups within the country of Libya. Country that was economy was growing fast. Country was, it was basically growing up overnight. Omar Gaddafi had this country about to do some of the most amazing things with like one of the fastest growing economies in the world. Lots of oil reserves, a full functioning military. May not have been a democracy, may not have been what the American people wanted or the American government wanted, but it was a functioning society. And once he said that, the rebel of Libya and Africa creating one African uh gold back dollar, whatever it was, that they wouldn't have to depend on the US dollar anymore. Oh no. The rebel groups got funded, and next thing you know, his country's having uh riots and stuff like that. He shut them down some more, and then these rebels start getting all this weaponry, this advanced weaponry. Well, the West, the United States, and all these other countries were funding them, giving them weapons just to overthrow his government. They finally got rid of his government. He was captured, killed by his own people, all in the name of the United States and the corruptness, because this man was going to try to make Africa great again and grow it into a wonderful country, continent, whatever you want to call it. And it fell apart all because of the greed of the West. All because of the greed of the West, man. People don't see it. They don't. could write a book on it, y'all. Look at some of these comments. All right, sorry, guys. Uh, what's life is all done. Be as a person. Told them that deal about person. Yeah, a lot of people aren't ready for their belief system to crumble. Wow, that's something I just love. I love that. I love that, Jackie. That was like one of the best quotes I ever heard. So good, man. I'm talking to Berto. I'm in his live, not yours. Just act like you don't see my camera. I won't go ready. What's up, D? What is walking in God's truth talking about? Like I was saying, guys, pay attention. All this stuff is going. This is all happening like this for a reason, guys. But I will be back probably with another live here shortly. I hope you guys thought about everything I said. Pay attention. The truth is out there, man. They are trying to stop us from seeing what's really going on. Make it a great day or not, y'all. The choice is yours. Roberto Conspiracy.